Hello everyone. I'm Ariana Simoto, and welcome to King's Quest II: Romancing the Stones. So, Romancing the Stones is King's Graham's quest for finding a bride. And on this quest, we've got to find these stones, apparently. But I'll play the introduction so you know what exactly I'm referring to. Retold for the first time. King's Quest II: Romancing the Stones. Based on the original story by Roberta Williams. Additional story text and dialogue by Danielle Stacy. Backgrounds by John Paul Selwood, Emily Selwood, Johan Boats, Christopher T. Warren. Oh, I missed the rest. AGS Engine by Chris Jones. Original game by Sierra Online. Ooh, dialogue portraits by Brittany Brimhall. Animators by Christopher T. Warren. Animations, sorry. Sound effects by Tom Lewandowski and Christopher T. Warren. Scripting by Christopher T. Warren. VGA conversion by AGD Interactive.
Your Majesty. King Graham?
Yes, Minister,
Gervain, sire.
Of course. My apologies, Gervain.
Not necessary, Your Majesty. After all, I've been your security and defense minister for but a short while.
Yes. Where did you say you were from again?
Just some small, insignificant land to the far south. Pales greatly in comparison to your realm, my lord.
Ah, do you have something to report?
As a matter of fact, my liege, there's a small concern regarding the duty shifts of some of the castle guards and of the countryside patrols. Also, we are expecting our armed entourage from our nearest neighbor to return within the week. And there is the matter of an alliance with... my liege?
My apologies again, Minister Gervain. Please, continue.
Yes. As I was saying, there is the matter of an alliance with Hesperia. They've become a strong nation now, and it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them, lest they decide we are more of a hindrance than a help.
Does the king there have any daughters who've come of age?
I do not believe so, sire. As for the security arrangements for the royal ball held last week, I do believe the evening went by very smoothly. I dare say just about every princess in this region attended, and not one lost slipper, to coin a phrase.
Ugh, please, do not remind me.
Indeed, they were none too fetching. Would you like me to go over your plans for today, my lord? Very well.
Oh, forgive me once again. I am afraid that my mind wanders much these days. I wonder if my predecessor experienced times like these.
No doubt. Though I did not know King Edward the Benevolent personally, I understand he was a happy and astute man during his married life, before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled. The throne room, for example, and other rooms that serve but a single soul, like your dining room and your bed chambers.
Ooh, he's getting a little bit too personal.
Perhaps, but I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
You should not lose heart, Your Majesty. If you pause to reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
Reflect, Look at that little mirror over there glowing. Ooh, we're getting sparkles going on. I think the mirror's trying to tell us something. Look at that chiseled jaw.
You gaze into the mirror. The minister's words seem to echo in your head, if you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been doing much else lately. For many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the direction your life has taken. While Daventry has prospered under your wise leadership, so far your existence has been a dreadfully lonely one. Wait, the mirror is changing. As you watch, you begin to see a series of images, though you struggle to fathom their meaning. You recognize the landscape. It is Kolyma, a land not far from Daventry.
Interesting. Sparkly. And a fancy door. What a unique place, eh? I'm not even going to comment on her appearance, I'm sorry. But he's obviously awestruck.
You see the most beautiful woman you have ever set eyes upon. Somehow you can feel her sadness and her intense desire to leave that place. She is a prisoner in that tower.
Did you find what you were looking for, sire?
Mm-hmm.
I require my ship ready for transport, Gervain. I shall be going on a trip presently.
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be heading?
To Kolyma. I have to find someone.
I see. Well, if you must go, it is my duty to ensure that you leave prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kolyma is not the safe haven it once was.
Of course. I shall take the sword of the first king, as is my right.
A wise precaution, sire. And, if I may be so brash to ask, who might you be seeking?
If all goes well, my bride.
Oh, pretty presumptuous, isn't he? Puts on his adventure cap. He's got his sword. And hi-ho! Meanwhile, in Kolyma. Oh. Oh, those skulls, eh? Mm-hmm.
Father,
Sister Agatha,
how may I be of service?
an opportunity has arisen, sister. I trust you still have your captive held securely away.
Of course.
A bit cruel keeping her locked away like that, do you not think?
No. How dare she flaunt her beauty in front of all to see? Her foolish male admirers see her and forget that I was the most beautiful of all in my day.
And in your own special way, you are still beautiful.
You devil!
That is not an unfair description.
Now, you mentioned a service, I believe.
Yes, the King of Daventry has advised his faithful minister that he shall be departing for Kolyma presently. On a quest, you might say.
Really? What kind?
The kind that involves sticking his neck out to rescue a damsel in distress.
And what have I to do with his neck?
Put simply, my dear, sever it.
Evil grin. She's just evil peoples plotting evil things. But now we're gonna begin the game. Begin.
A day's journeying from Daventry has found you by the shores of Kolyma. Your ship, the Grand Thor, and its crew have deposited you and will return the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate and release the imprisoned woman you saw in the magic mirror.
Good to know. All right, now we're gonna save it as duck. Alrighty, let's take a look
length
here.
of rope lies next to the crates at the end of the pier. The rope is old, worn, and weathered. It would be of no use to you. Your vessel has safely transported you from your homeland of Daventry, finally depositing you on this pier in the land of Kolyma. As you watch the flagship of your fleet depart with pride, you also sense anxiety building within you. Once it is gone, you will be quite alone in this country. Some crates have been unloaded at the end of the pier. You do not know where they came from, except certainly not from your vessel. The labels are in a foreign language you don't understand. A net has been caught around one of the pier's pylons.
I don't remember if I can jump in and catch it or not. I could always try. I did save it. Well, let's save it again because I don't want to have to go through all that dialogue again.
You cannot fathom what you might do with the sea, apart from...
Drowning? Really? I can't go pick up that?
You can't reach...
Okay, well, fine then. I'll just go over this way. Can I swim? I wonder if I get eaten.
You need to swim. You untangle...
Sweet. Okay, now we go back to the shore. I don't know why it wouldn't just let me jump into the water. That's just silly. Okay, now we're on the shore again, and we're gonna save. Save. And let's go up this way. See what's over here.
The sand from the beach glitters. The azure water of the ocean laps up to its edge. One of the pickets has fallen loose from the rickety fence.
Well, let's go pick it up then.
The fallen picket feels reasonably sturdy and is pointed at one end. Believing that you may find a use for it, you retrieve it and carry it with you.
Good. How come he doesn't have his sword no more? Let's just keep walking. Just gonna walk along up here. Just to see if there's anything on the shoreline I need to pick up. Oh, let's go talk to her.
This is a pleasant meadow. Flowers grow profusely in patches, and the trees provide some welcome shade. The scenery is marred only by the disquieting sight of a cave to the north. You see a little girl wandering around the meadow. She wears a ruby-red cloak and appears to be searching for something.
Hello, who are you?
My name is Graham. What is yours?
Possum. That is what my grandma calls me. She is not at all well these days. I was collecting flowers for her, but now I cannot anymore.
Why is that?
My basket is missing. I looked everywhere for it. It must be around here somewhere.
I will keep my eye out for it.
Thank you, Graham.
Yes, what a gentleman. We're gonna go look for a basket eventually, but for now we'll just keep exploring.
You had better note that in your log.
Ha! Note log.
You look under the log and discover a clam lying beneath it. You pick it up.
Mm-hmm. Now let's take a look inside that clam.
This is just an ordinary clam shell. There doesn't seem to be anything special about it.
We'll see about that.
You open the clam and discover, to your surprise, a dazzling pearl.
Yeah. All right, let's save it as Pearl. Okay, let's go north again. I believe we'll just end up coming upon the dock again. Let's see if we can go... Well, that sucks. It won't let us go any further. Boo. Oh, right. I think we have to do a wide berth around it. Yeah, because I think if you get too close, the bats decide to chomp you. You become nummies. Well, not the bat, but the skulls, they like shoot stuff at you, I think. I can't remember. But we're not gonna risk it. Nope, nope, we're not. Oh, look at the duck. Got a little house there.
The door of the little cottage is kept closed. You decide to respect that.
Knock on the door.
You attempt to open the door but find it is locked. You think you can hear the sound of labored breathing inside and decide against causing any further disturbance.
Understandable.
It is a mailbox. This is the first time you have ever set eyes upon one, which isn't surprising. The postal system won't be invented for another few centuries to come. The residents of this land must either possess clairvoyance or just simply be ahead of their time.
Uh-huh.
You open the mailbox. Inside there is, incredibly, a letter addressed to the resident. You decide to leave it in there. A card has been dropped in it also. You read it.
Have you been missing church services lately? How long? A while since your last confession. There is still time yet to repent your sins before the final hour. Come to the Church of Kolyma to pray for your own salvation, or just make a donation. Put your faith back into the church and walk the path that has been laid down before you. Hours from dusk till dawn. That's
You
a little
replace the
disturbing
card
time.
and close the mailbox.
It's a time frame that's rather disturbing. Dusk till dawn? What type of church keeps those kind of hours? Oh well, can I cross here? Nope. I am blocked. But let's continue on. Interesting. Let's take a look at
This
the log.
large fallen log is all that remains of a once grand tree. This stump is too heavy for...
Let's take a look.
You peer into the depths of the dark hole. As luck would have it, you discover a beautiful set of earrings hidden inside. Each one is laced with glittering diamonds and contains a lovely blue sapphire stone in the center. Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
Save. Earrings. Let's keep going. Oh, look. That's the lemon tree.
A large lemon tree grows by the path.
Some lemons
have the lemons on the ground.
Okay, well, let's pick a lemon then.
You reach out and pluck a large, juicy-looking lemon from the tree.
Yes. Now we got a lemon. Wait, is that her basket?
You peer behind the plant. Lo and behold, you have found the little girl's missing basket.
Yay, okay, we'll pick it up then.
You take the basket.
And now we go take it back to her. I think she was this way. need to turn up the speed of the walking. It's so slow. Go there. Play. Such slow walking. Here you go, little girl.
You hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir. Please take this flower. I'm afraid it's all I have to give you.
It is more than enough. I notice that you have picked only yellow flowers.
Of course. Is it not customary for one to pick yellow flowers for another who's gravely ill?
Certainly it is. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, Possum.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Aw, poor girl. Must be so hard. She's obviously alone in the world too, so that's even suckier. Besides her grandma, of course. But we found her basket, so at least she can take it to grandma. And we'll continue on our path, keeping an eye out for anything else. Let's go to the town.
There is a sizable hole in one of the trees.
Let's go look in the hole.
When you peer into the hole of the pine tree, you see a mallet lying there. You pick it up and take it with you.
When it comes to these types of games, if you see something unusual, always try to investigate it.
It is likely that this haystack was piled here by farmers from the...
Look in the haystack. Anything special?
Hey!
Huh?
What? Who said that?
I did!
Huh?
I'm down here, in the hay!
Oh. Well, who are you?
My name is,
Yes?
I can't seem to remember.
Well then, what are you?
Oh, I'm,
Yes?
Can't seem to remember that either.
Well, what are you doing in this haystack?
That's easy! I was looking for...
You can't remember.
No. Sorry.
How long have you been in there?
Let's see. It couldn't be longer than...
Yes?
3, maybe 4 weeks?
Weeks?
Yep.
Ooh, why?
Pardon me for saying, but you sound as if you have a bit of a cold.
Yes. It's all this hay. It's giving me hay fever.
Then why are you in it still? Okay.
The haystack, or rather whoever or whatever is inside it, is no longer responsive to your inquiries.
Weird.
The
Okay.
sign reads, Kolyma.
Good to know. Poor little dude. I don't know what he is, but must suck to be sneezing all the time.
You see a man bending over the fountain. He appears to be trying to retrieve something from it.
Aha! Got him.
What the heck?
A tall statue of a man stands prominently at the entrance of town. It looks to have been placed here quite a number of years ago. The statue bears a plaque which reads, Count Kaldor, ruler and protector of Kolyma. Crystal clear water sparkles in the fountain. A few valueless pennies lie at the bottom that the merchant didn't bother taking.
Obviously, somebody threw something a little bit more valuable
A
in there.
townsperson wanders the street. Don't count on this. The people of Kolyma lead busy lives. They have no time for idle chit-chat.
Well, fine then. I didn't want to talk to them anyway.
The door is plain and has a mail slot. It also has a sign posted on it. You read it.
The family of the deceased wishes to thank all who have expressed their condolences over the passing of their loved one. Frederick enjoyed life and literature and had ever-present, if sometimes wicked, sense of humor. May his soul be at peace in the realm of the dead, and may its Lord judge him worthy of eternal happiness.
You also
Aww.
notice something sticking out from under the door. You are unable to retrieve anything from there. You can't quite get your fingers on whatever is visible under the door.
We're gonna save it as, whoops, Kolyma. And can I use, let's see if we can use this.
A stab in the dark. Making sure that no one is watching, you slide the wooden picket under the door and draw out what appears to be a letter.
Good to know. Now let's open that letter.
It is a letter addressed to the resident of the town. You open the letter and read it. Dear applicant, please find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an exclusive group of patrons. Yours sincerely, Town Librarian. P.S. Please sign your name on the card to ensure validation.
Interesting.
This horse must have skipped breakfast.
Yeah, it's eating somebody's
the sign
flowers.
Reads, Kolyma Library. Far in the distance, you can make out farmland. Kolyma sustains itself through farming, which also provides goods with which it can trade. A small pumpkin sits in a bowl nearby. The merchant has a distinct out-of-town appearance and a get-out-of-town aroma.
Okay, well, let's go in the library. Let's take a look.
A large grandfather clock sits against the wall. It seems to keep good time. The clock indicates that it is morning. Presumably, these pull-out drawers contain an index card system for locating books. Piles upon piles of unstacked books lay scattered around the library. You glance at the titles on this shelf. Remember the Triton, an autobiography from the ruler of the Mer people. Icebergs and unsinkable ships. The Legends of Weirwood Forest. Trolls and Bridges, an obsession explained. Guidebook to the Land of Tamir. You glance at the titles on this shelf. Chronicles of the Brady Bunch. Interesting, this book has a warning label. Prolonged exposure may cause irreparable damage to your perception of reality. A Traveler's Guide to Ludor. You skim through the book. It describes a small town which serves as a port of call for passing ships. Apparently, it is under the jurisdiction of a wizard who is not at all popular with the locals. Selling your wares without selling yourself. The art of being a lowly merchant and feeling proud of it. Mildly curious, you open the book. The first chapter is entitled, The Truth of Falsity. It begins to describe how to make a totally worthless item seem like a must-have for the gullible buyer. A later chapter entitled, The Serious Business of Talking Funny details how to adopt a foreign accent and use fragmented grammar to convince the same gullible buyer that you are not just some ordinary con artist trying to make a quick gold. Euspheria, the many that became one. This book tells of how, over time, the realm of Euspheria ceased to be a multitude of feuding regions and became a united kingdom. Once unable to defend itself, even as a whole, it now has a large standing army. The present lord of the realm is said to be kind, generous, and wise. The art of becoming a portcullis to portcullis salesman. Melodies for minstrels. Ooga Booga Land and other undesirable travel destinations.
Okay, so that's a reference to King's Quest VII.
The Carpenter's Handbook. The Big Book of British Smiles. Chronicles of the Brady Interest. A Tale of the Flannelled One. Apparently, this book is about the author of a 6-part space opera. Livin' La Vida Loca.
The 6-part space opera, I think that's a reference to another game, Space
How
Quest.
Not to turn a novel into a film. See Dune.
Aww.
Curses and counter curses, and how not to get them confused.
So there was a movie that was made, the novel was made into a movie called Dune. There is a recent remake of the original Dune movie. The original was kind of not that good compared to the book.
101 things to do when you are lonely. You are not even going to touch this one. Let's get physical with what, you wonder? Modern Inventions Monthly. This month's edition focuses on an essay entitled Reinventing the Wheel. Shrimps and barbecues, an inexplicable connection. Carnivorous plants, when and what to feed them without arousing suspicion. It is cooking tip. While you are single and you can't cook, you still have no need of this book. At least not with the entire kitchen staff at your disposal back home.
So does he just
Even
not eat
rotten
when he's
tomatoes
traveling?
deserve a little respect.
Yep.
Remember the Triton, an autobiography.
So there was that one that I skipped over.
Living La Vida. How curses and counter curses, and how not to get them confused. 101 you are not even going to touch. Let's get with Modern Invent this month. Shrimps, carnivorous plants. It is written by a man named Seymour Krelborn.
Interesting.
Cooking tips while you are even rot.
Okay.
You glance at the titles on this shelf, revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process.
Interesting.
Future's History, the true story of Space Quest 12.
Wow.
Gullible's Travels.
I didn't know that Space Quest had that many.
A guide to bush ranging, safety tips on robbery while wearing a metal box on your head. The Theory of Relativity and other half-baked crackpot ideas. Arrival of the Ancients. Were their origins of this world? That seems like a silly title. Where else would they have come from? The stars? Chronicling the Longest Journey. Or How to Sustain a Compelling Story When Your Lead Character Sounds Like an Airhead. Magic for the Layman. All you need is a good book. Dragon Slaying for Dummies. Dwarves
Just
are
throw
from
a
Mars,
bucket of water on 'em.
elves are from Venus.
What?
The Taming of the Shrew. Jousting and other party games. The Beginner's Guide to Buying Your First Horse. Drunks and Monks. How to Tell Them Apart.
Insulting.
Quest for Glory, a Hero's Death.
That's another game
10
that's
easy
interesting. I never
steps to
played, but
owning your own castle.
it's a similar style to this.
Revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process.
Well, similar art style anyway.
Future's History. The
Okay,
piles
that's-
upon piles of piles. A rather plump and stern-looking woman is seated behind the desk. Every so often, she glances away and appears to lose her train of thought. The monotony of being a librarian must be getting to her. Piles upon... It is a simple quill standing in its ink pot.
Okay.
It is not meant to be inserted into...
What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't!
Okay.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
No.
Not terribly effective, though.
Pardon me, perhaps I was not clear?
You were.
Then may I?
No.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
What the heck?
Why can I not become a member?
We already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are there?
2.
Wow.
If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kolyma nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Ah, thank you anyway.
Wow.
You mentioned that the Count of Kolyma is a member of this library.
Yes.
Have you seen him recently?
The librarian looks at you strangely.
No.
Wow.
Is there any way I might meet the Count?
Yes.
How?
Die.
Okay.
I would have to die to meet the Count?
Depends.
On what?
Your importance.
And if I am important?
Then you might be fortunate enough to be buried on his estate.
Wow. Like so she wants to do as little work as possible so she doesn't have any members to be part of the library so she could just stand around being bored all the time.
Who is buried on the Count's estate?
Counts.
Aha. Past Counts, of course. Anyone else?
Yes,
Who?
him.
Pardon? Do you mean the Count is dead?
The librarian decides to avoid your gaze and seems disinclined to speak further with you on the subject.
So technically both of her people that are members are dead.
The librarian seems disinclined.
Will you accept this?
No,
Why not?
it has not been signed.
It is not meant to be It is not.
What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't.
Wow, she's so nasty. Goodbye, nasty lady.
There is a small assemblage of farmers having a discussion nearby.
Let's go take a listen.
The farmers are deep in conversation. You think it best not to interrupt them with idle chit-chat.
I wonder if they're going to say anything interesting.
The sign atop the store simply says, A. The door...
Let's go in and see what's in there.
The door is locked. A sign next to it reads, open from noon till sunset. The sun's position in the sky indicates that it is currently morning. The owner must not be an early riser.
Understandable.
As refresh...
Let's go see this guy.
Greetings, merchant.
Ah, to you, good day.
Oh.
A visitor arrived new, no? A sense I possess for these things. Need you have for my wares of great specialty?
Perhaps. But first, I'm curious. Where did you come by such a pumpkin?
Eyes quite keen, have you? Indeed, a specimen unique it is.
Be quiet.
Aww.
The gift of speech among plants so rare, yes?
Quite so. Are you planning to sell it?
Sell? Never would I sell such a thing as this.
It'll make me incredibly rich.
I mean, entrusted it was to my care. Watch over it, I must.
Forget it. I'm not taking you back to that patch. So pipe down.
Pardon?
Ah, of importance I speak not. Trouble to your ears I meant none.
What a jerk. Alright, let's save it as jerk. Alright, can we go this way?
The town continues to the north away, but you are not interested in what lies in that direction.
Never mind then. Let's go this way.
The town continues to the east away, but you are not interested in what lies in that direction.
Fine. Let's go out then. Alright, let's head back down this way. We're gonna take a little perusal around around the surrounding forests and stuff. Okay, let's go this way first. See what's here. It's the church.
A beautiful stained glass window depicts a radiant full moon. It is certainly one of the more unique images you have seen on a church. The symbol of the common religion has been affixed to the apex of the church's roof. Your association with it forms part of your duty as a monarch. You have come to the Church of Kolyma. It is said that all are welcome, and that the monks living here often help those in need. The church door is made of very thick wood held together by iron bars.
Go take a look.
The door appears to be barred from the inside. The church must not be open
At this time, okay.
A decrepit old fence stands.
Okay, let's continue. We'll come back here later. Go down. Go this way, maybe? Not gonna go in there yet. Interesting.
3 gold coins shimmer in a nearby patch of grass. This large.
Let's see if there's anything inside.
You peer into the log, but see nothing of interest.
How about that luck?
You.
Nothing? Okay. If I remember correctly, I need to go over here, go around, and...
Oh
Oops.
no, you've been caught in a trap. Whoever said it.
That sucks.
Ah, marvelous. What a catch.
You remember this little jerk from before? And watch. Oh no.
Like a bit of target practice.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're dead.
There are safer ways to trigger a trap, or didn't you notice it?
I was trying to get to it. Well, let's go back to where we were and try and pick up those coins again. And we've already looked at the church, so we don't need to look at it again. Doesn't affect the gameplay if we do. Okay, let's go back over here. Go down. We've already looked in that log, so let's grab
Hey,
that.
control yourself. Hey, control yourself. You might have children someday, and they won't benefit from a father with embarrassing habits.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't remember that being a thing before.
You don't need the rope.
Let's see here. Use our sword to cut the rope. Haha. Now I can pick up the coins.
As you pick up the gold coins, they suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal. Wait a minute. This isn't gold. It's fool's gold.
But it certainly triggers a trap, so that's cool. Let's save it as fool. Now
There's a log near.
Let's go see if there's anything
You
in the log.
peer into the log, but see nothing of interest.
Good to know. Now let's go this way. Tree.
A healthy baby tree grows near the spring. There's no.
Oh, boo. Okay. Let's see if we can go. Is there any way to go that way? Oops. Nope.
An old stump. The stump.
Nothing there. Okay.
You have run into an evil enchanter. Get out of here fast before he turns you into something.
I'm leaving. Jerk. So we don't want to cross there yet. Because if we do, it breaks the story. Nope, don't want to go that way yet. Go back down. Gonna go back this way. That's where the rope log thing was. What's that?
Rocks are synonymous.
Rocks. I thought it was like the way, like if you see that looks like there's something in front. I thought maybe, but it's nothing. Let's go this way. See what's over here. What's that little dwarf's cottage? Let's go forward.
This pumpkin is somewhat larger than the others in
the patch.
Repress. You look for a nice, large pumpkin to take from the patch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, watch it!
Oh, sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Likewise. Anyway, be careful where you're treading. You're spoiling the good soil by standing so close. And I got 8 kids to feed.
You glance at the smaller pumpkins.
Aww.
These must be her children.
I only count 7.
Yeah, well, I had 8. Then some strange man who spoke even stranger came by. He claimed to be a hortico. Claimed to know a bit about plants. I let him take a look at my little darlings. Anyway, before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies. Took off towards the town, he did. Of all the naive. Just because we're plants doesn't mean we don't deserve any respect.
I am sure that is true.
Aww.
Pardon me for asking, but how did you come by the ability to talk?
With a question like that, I might ask you the same.
I was only...
I don't take it personal. That old witch Hagatha cast a spell on me so I could guide her precious possessions.
Hagatha?
Yeah, she's the old bag who lives in that cave to the west. You know her type. Green warts, pointed ears, cannibalistic, doesn't put her trash out. Just your stereotypical evil old crown.
She sounds pleasant. You mentioned something about guarding Hagatha's precious possessions.
At least what she considers precious. I reckon they're anything but. Mind you, I have my doubts about Hagatha's legitimate ownership of this stuff, if you know what I mean.
What sorts of items does Hagatha wish you to guard?
Oh, the usual vanities. All useless in my opinion. But what would I know?
The mother pumpkin looks distressed. You decide not to interrupt her at the moment.
Good to know. We'll go save her baby shortly. Look it.
The small pond is a beautiful feature in this part of the forest. You imagine a variety of bird life would find this a very suitable place to travel for the breeding season.
Mm-hmm. Let's go down. Well, I guess we can't go down that way. We'll have to go around.
A tree, now not much more than a stump, a log.
Can we move it and find something?
You look under the log.
Nothing. Okay. Let's go down. Gonna find... There it is.
A small area. It is a baby. This water. You should stand in the water.
Go stand over here.
This water.
And we'll pick up the ducky as soon as it floats by us.
You walk.
Pick up the ducky.
Though you are quick, the small bird is quicker. It darts.
Oh, right. I need the net. Right. Get in the water. Net.
The best place. Don't.
Come back, little duck.
You can't eat. You are not in. You are not into those tie-up games.
Oh.
The best place to it. The best.
Okay, well, let's try that from the bank then.
The best.
Let's go stand up here. Okay, and we'll try and throw it.
The best.
There. Okay.
Don't. The best place to attempt that.
Well, let's go stand on this side then. Right here.
You walk into position and try to catch the baby bird.
Come on, little birdie. Come here, little duck. Let me take you to your mama.
You throw the net over the pond, and the baby bird is caught unharmed.
Yay! Come on, little baby bird. Gonna take you home. Now, is it this way? Yes, that's where that log is. And I go over here. Yay! And we're gonna give you the ducky. Here you go.
You release the little bird into the pond.
And the ugly little duckling turns into a beautiful swan. Woohoo! Yay!
It feels.
Go pick up that feather.
You pick up the white feather and put it carefully away.
Yay! Okay, let's go back this way. We reunited a ducky with its mama. Just what's this way? Let me save. Feather. Can't go that way. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to go that way anyway. What about this?
You are past picking.
Well, I thought maybe there was like a way to move the stone and there would be something underneath it or something. That would have been interesting. Let's go to the shore. See if there's anything. I've already looked there. Don't want to go keep looking there, so let's keep going this way. And we're going to go back to the town and drop the coins into the water and then take the pumpkin back. And go give it back to its mama. Poor little baby pumpkin. Stolen by a jerk. What a scummy guy. Okay. Now, where are you? There you are. Make a wish.
The fool's gold again shines the instant the coins leave your hand.
Let's go over here. So you gonna try and take it? Where do I have to stand? Let's go stand over here, maybe?
You can't just...
There's like a position that I have to stand in order for him to want to come and take the coins. It's a place I have to go standing. Maybe I have to try talking to him?
3 coins in the fountain.
What? Let me see.
Good to know. Yoink. Bye-bye. Hee hee. Now let's take a look at you.
The baby pumpkin seems a little more settled than it was with the merchant, but you sense it still wants to get home.
Okay, let's go. Let's take you home, little baby. Get you home to your mama. Get you back to the pumpkin patch. Thinking about pumpkin patches, I'm reminded of Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin.
My baby!
Aww.
Thank you,
Graham.
Thank you, Graham. Here, take this. Maybe this useless trinket of Haggathis will be of some use to you. Serves you right for not enabling me to protect my kids.
Yeah.
The pumpkin hands you a gold brooch with a beautiful blue sapphire.
Cool.
Is there anything more I can do for you?
Me thirsty, Mama. Now that you mention it, my baby is feeling a bit poorly. After all, living in a bowl ain't too good for your health, you know.
No, I did not know that. What would make your baby feel better?
Fresh water, naturally.
Of course.
Not too sweet, though. In fact, the more bitter, the better. My children are very particular about what they drink.
I will see what I can do.
Good to know. All right, let's go. Do I have the bowl still? Yes, I do. Okay. I'm pretty sure I remember it's that where that tree is. Down this way. Is it down one more? Or is it over? Over this way, maybe?
You have run in...
Good thing I didn't go that way. That would have been bad. Okay, we're gonna go back. Because that was the way, but I ended up running the... There, yes, that's what I want. Okay, let me test the water here.
You taste it. Ah, fresh spring water.
Okay, fresh spring water.
You fill the bowl with the fresh spring water.
Yep, and then we want to put lemon
After
in it.
using your sword to cut the lemon surface, you squeeze some of its juice into the bowl. Then you discard the lemon.
Yeah, now it's bitter. Bitter water. Bitter lemon water. Should be good for the pumpkin. Keep going. All the way back to the pumpkin patch. And save. Patch. And there.
You pour the bitter water over the baby pumpkin. It seems to like that.
Thank you again, Graham. Here, take this.
Yay!
The pumpkin reaches into her head and pulls out a candle, which she then hands to you.
That
That's
thing
very
has
nice.
been jammed in my head for as long as I can remember. I know it ain't much, but maybe you'll find some use for it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Besides, it's really hard for me to sleep with that thing lit up inside my head all night. A word of warning. Hagatha has been talking about you. I heard her mention your name while she was muttering to herself. She does that when she's inspected her valuables. Anyway, I'd stay clear out of her way if I were you.
I appreciate the advice. Will Hagatha not be angered when she discovers you've given your candle away?
What's she gonna do? Turn me into a pumpkin?
Good point.
Besides, I can just blame the dwarf. He's earned himself a bad reputation from the day he moved here. Pity no one can catch him, not even Hagatha.
Good to know. But with that, we're going to end the episode after bringing the baby pumpkin back and the whole bringing the pumpkin back to its mama and giving it some water. We're going to just save it as patch and end the episode there. So next episode, we're going to continue our journey. Now, this will be more than one part, obviously, because it is a longer game. But like once we start collecting more stuff and progressing, it kind of steamrolls, the effect steamrolls, so it will get faster paced. But and there is a lot more dialogue as well, which I appreciate, but not everybody else does. But I like some of the weird quirky dialogue, like the kind of subtle dialogue about Graham and his habits, if, if you catch my drift. It's a little bit suggestive, and I like it. I like the little bit of suggestive naughtiness. It's entertaining for me. And it's interesting. You'll be interested to know that later on other things come up as well. So that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you continue to watch. Keep watching for next episode where we'll be trying to find a way to sign our library card and find a way to get more, find out where those stones are. Hopefully we can read it in the library. But thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And always remember, friends don't let friends steal pumpkins from another's pumpkin patch.